it's Angela with Cinepear. I wanted to hop right on here on my phone and give you a couple of tips. First of all, the first tip is, you'll notice, and I just said this is my phone actually. This is not a 2-camera setup with a light box where everything looks really, really nice. This is just my actual phone, and that was kind of one of the tips that I've done before, is that you don't actually have to do a full production level quality video to be able to post it on YouTube. So this is my illustration on that. Easy to do. No editing required, which is kind of nice for us, but it does mean that you might have some awkward pauses like that one that just happened where I was like, oh wait, what was I saying? So maybe have a guideline laid out what you're gonna say, but this tip is actually pretty easy. I heard this years ago from my friend Karen with Social U, and when I say years ago, I'm thinking maybe 7 years at this point, but it was just so insightful when I heard it, and then it made so much sense. But then I told it to somebody just this past weekend, maybe a few days ago, and they had never heard it. So I'm like, oh, that means that other people might not have heard it as well. Okay, I'm gonna try to switch hands here, because there's one thing for certain: if you try to do this freehand, your muscles start to hurt. And I've got a lot of light here. Let's see how I can rearrange that. Is that a little better? Not so much. I like my angel halo, but maybe that's just not appropriate for everything. But the tip is, especially when you are blogging, because you know blogging is very essential for your SEO, for your business. Naming your file names of the pictures that you're uploading is super important, because you know when you take them and you download them from your camera, the picture name is like image5495.jpg. Okay, well, that's fine, but that's not searchable on Google, and that's kind of, you know, the point of all of this is for Google to really notice you. So what I would recommend doing is changing the file name of the picture. So like my company, Cinepear, I would make sure Cinepear's in there. I would make sure social media marketing was in there. I would make sure that if this was a client photo, that I would put the client's name in the photo as well. And what this is doing is allowing your image to be searchable. I don't know if you've ever gone on Google and searched for something. You know, of course it has a list, but if you have ever clicked on images instead of just like the regular results, you get all kinds of pictures, which is really kind of nice, by the way. If you're searching for an image, you can kind of get to it a lot faster by doing it that way. But that's where your file name would ultimately be uploaded. That's where it would be found. If you had uploaded your photo to your website, you've linked it to your blog, you've done all of that, well, it's now out there. It's out there for people to be able to see and to be able to Google. So if I wanted Birmingham, where I'm from, Birmingham social media marketing to come up, well, then I'm going to definitely include that in the file name and then the .jpg. So not only will I be able to put that photo on my website and serve the purpose of the blog, but yes, I will also be helping my ranks in Google about being able to be found. Does that make sense? Also remember, no editing in this, so I sure hope it makes sense, because I'm 3 minutes and 44 seconds in and I'm not gonna start over. So that's just a quick little tip, that when you're doing your images for your blogging or even your social media, go ahead and give them really good titles of these images, so that way when you do end up using it for your website or putting it on Google somewhere, you're going to be searchable. And hopefully that makes sense. And if it doesn't, just shoot me a quick message and I will try to re-explain. But it's got to be better than image5495, right? .jpg, because there's a million of those out there, and those are not searchable. So just come up with a good phrase that you can use in the image file itself and rename that sucker and use it on your blog, and yeah, it will work. So hope that helps.